right. We should be live, everybody. Give me 1 second here. Make sure we're good. It's sending data. And good. And good. And we should be good. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. We're all in. How's it going, everybody? Happy Friday. I'm going to get up and I'm going to shut my door so I'm not screaming throughout my whole house. But I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a great week. One moment. Let me move this blanket, too. All right, I'm here, everybody. I just had to stop aside for a second. This is exactly where Bleach Thousand-Year Blood War episode 28 ended. What's up, Bad Luck Boy? It's kind of a good name. Have you seen Good Luck Girl, Ben Bogami Ga? What's up, father? Man, that new 8-hour time change, huh? Really got you on time now. It's perfect. Night from here. Well, good night. Happy night. Good morning. Good night. It's the same thing. How's everybody doing? Welcome. One more day till Bleach Thousand-Year Blood War episode 29 officially airs. I'm going to fix this. I think I messed up my camera here. We're good. All right. What's up, Reza? How's it going? Robert. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's week? Has anybody managed to stay completely spoiler-free for the upcoming Bleach episode? I'm genuinely interested. Has anybody managed? Because I feel like it's officially shown in New York Comic Con now. So all of those people have seen it. And I think they had a much larger showing than what we had in Hollywood. So there are a lot of spoilers for it. People have leaked the spoilers all over with screenshots and things like that. I'm hearing the OST they use for Aizen kill the one guard isn't good. Now, I've seen people talking about it also, is that Aizen's OST was changed when he killed the guard. I did not notice it, so I cannot comment. I have no idea. Surprisingly, I've seen nothing. I'm impressed. Super impressed if you managed to see nothing. Birthday tomorrow, Robert. Let's go. Happy early birthday, dog. Happy early birthday. That is impressive. Hey, if you've made it this week without seeing any spoilers for the upcoming episode, really, really impressive because they're everywhere. They are completely everywhere. Let me just make sure we are good. And then I'm going to move over a little bit. We're perfect. All right, let's kick it off. I already have us queued up to exactly where it ended. This is not where I thought the episode was going to end. I thought for sure we were going to... I can't wait for the vibes of episode 11 and 12 from tomorrow's episode. The vibes in tomorrow's episode are incredible. The new stuff they added to tomorrow's Bleach Thousand-Year Blood War episode is so cool. I know, I saw that. I saw there was a staff member that worked on Bleach Thousand-Year Blood War that was like, guys, please stop leaking Bleach Thousand-Year Blood War. Because what's happening is people are leaking screenshots and stuff of the anime and you know, it goes everywhere. People are linking shots, and the shots are not as good because you're not seeing them in motion, right? So there's some screenshots that are not nearly as good. So there's one that's been going around if you guys haven't seen it. There's a screenshot of Aizen where it's like you're staring right at his face and people are freaking out that it looks so horrible. It looks really good, I promise. You guys are going to love the episode. Going to love it. It's a great episode that's coming out tomorrow. Here we go. All right, look at the nice art. This, you can tell, you know, Ichigo looking young, looking amazing. I'm not going to comment on the Byakuya art that we got there. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. So this is where we saw already. We've seen this kind of interlace through. So we see the Ichigo sisters freaking out about the earthquake as well. No problem. Sobo, twin pupils. This earthquake has been going pretty long, hasn't it? So now we go straight to Ichigo reacting to the fact that he just cut the Soul King. Now you can really see how a lot of this is kind of different from what we already got with the anime and how the flow and the changes of the chapters has been. Don't make me pretend too late for you to show up here with your own hand, deliver the finishing blow on the Soul King. I kind of really love, I watched some clips, they are good. Okay, good. I promise. It's going to be really good, guys. It's going to be really, really good. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put this camera to make it me center. There we go. You guys are going to really like tomorrow's episode. It is really, really good. And this is where we get more explanation. Now, I will say, Yuha versus Ichigo and any of that stuff, you're going to get about 30 seconds of it in the next episode. What's up, Retsum? What's up? A lot of this stuff is just stuff that we already got in the last episode, right? We've already seen this stuff, the ability I'm able to get my Ryatsu within the sword that does. So he's already said this in the last episode. What's up, Mick? How's it going? I love that they're rewriting the scenes from the manga and doing just, oh yeah, 100%. They're doing a great job adapting the manga, and they're really changing the flow. Like, look at this. So this stuff, right? He cut this. We got that. The scene it ended on last episode was in the last chapter. But this stuff was all said beforehand. This scene right here We get this in the next episode, right? Do you still have any reason to find me out society has been eradicated? That isn't exactly said, but this happens. They go back to kicking it off. They have a good time. This is so much is just totally love your frontal lobe. Okay. Rewatching Bleach, my friend, and we're on the Iranka arc. Love the Iranka. Love the Iranka one. So this is all reorganized, right? I'm trying to think. I'm not sure Yuha says much of anything in the next episode aside from shitting on Orihime and saying that hey, that's not gonna work. In the anime, Yuha says a comment. I know they change a lot of this stuff. What's up, Cherd? A lot of this stuff, let's go back. Look. So the line that we finished on, right, last chapter. Let's go all the way down here. So you can see all this. Look, by the way, look at this in the manga. Look at the characters that are already here in the manga. We scroll down. They're setting up this gate. Look at this. We keep going down. What's up, Hersto? Kenpachi is here in the manga already. Now we keep going. The Soul King's still chilling. The Soul King is still alive, having a great time. Having a 10 out of 10 vibe and watching it happen. He's got, a sword in his chest. He looks like he's relaxed. He's having an A-okay time. And then Ichigo hops forward, bring Rune to Soul Society with your own hands, blap. And then right here, Ichigo, come, let us gaze together upon the destruction of the Soul Society. That is where last episode ended. I was just reading the chapter after this episode. Perfect. Kind of sad they didn't title the next episode Return of the God. Yeah. But, most of the next episode is Ukitake. And the reason that being is Ukitake is so prevalent in the next episode because it's all new scenes. Completely new scenes. Stuff that is not in the manga, which is what I want to get to. So we get more explanation of the Almighty. They begin to fight again. We cut back to the lab. Once again, Yumachika and Nikaku are there. Now, they will randomly appear in the next episode. All right? The manga is a completely different chapter. Oh, yeah, for sure. The manga is a completely different chapter. Soul Society, Wakamono, and even the real world will all be destroyed. So Yuha, the Soul King was created by Soul Society to bring stability to staggering, chaotic, massive traffic caused by souls traveling in and out. The precipice, everything from Ichigo, this all things doing. So we do get this. So look we saw this already, right? This has already happened. He already did this. Yoruichi did this move. What's up, Javo? Good to see you. Yoruichi did this move already. This is what allowed the curtains to burn and reveal the Soul King, right? I predict next episode is going to be a heavy episode of Jushiro, maybe even Rei or Mimihagi talking through him. Okay. So we already saw this. Now, note, this has already happened by the time that Ichigo cuts the Soul King in the anime. This is happening after the fact. We got Unk reading manga before GTA 6. Hey, I'm here to please. Don't worry about it. And then we get this talk where it's she tells Orihime to try to heal the Soul King right here. This happens completely different in the next episode of the anime. Completely different. They use this opportunity to give a little bit of a thumbs up to Chad, which we love. We love. This is exactly, and do you really think the likes of a human's powers could be able to bring back the Soul King? Impossible. The Soul King will never return. The Soul King's dead in Soul Society. We got to do nothing. It's wild how different the setup is. You'll even see in the next episode how different all of this is reorganized. At that moment, Ukitake. So it pretty much sets up. I'll tell you guys right now, the next episode begins right here. Right here. Everything else is reorganized. They are still continuing to completely change the manga and just move stuff around. So we get more of the earth shaking. We see all of the friends. Even if it's only one earthquake, what's happening. We don't get any of this Sternritter. This Sternritter, regular people. We don't see any of that happening. Basby making his return in the manga. I'll tell you right now, we don't see much of Basby. Talking about Rock and a Hard Place and anything to do. Here we go. So this is what I'm really interested in. I'm really interested in the Ukitake content and what's going to be exactly different. All the soul dad are dead. I know. We don't get any of that in the anime. It just doesn't happen. I shall take the place of the Soul King. I'll go into detail later. How does Ukitake? I like you. Listen, I'll explain later. I'm not going to explain later. I'm gone. So all the Camp Fury World stuff are just going to be in Core 3. Well, I haven't seen any Camp Fury Worlds. Well, I guess I get what you're saying, that they're going to take stuff from Camp Fury World and shoehorn it into Core 3. I don't know. We won't know until we know, right? It's just not going to happen. Captain Ukitake, that's Mimihagi-sama. So this happens. Mimihagi-sama, Mimihagi-sama, open the power of the eyes. The power of the eyes, which is buried within my organs. Abandon my organs and thyself, Mimihagi-sama. We get this. This happens. Ask Kubo on Club Outside. Ukitake, exactly. That'd be so funny. Like, I'll tell you guys later. Ask Kubo on Club Outside. He'll explain it for you guys. Wait for the anime adaptation. It'll come around. How do I feel about the anime handling Yuha's motivation for killing the Soul King? In the manga, his motivations weren't as clear as consistent. I like it much better. I like it much better. I like it from the idea of Yuha feels a little bit slighted, right? He's like, the Soul King is this all-powerful being in the world of Bleach, right? He holds the worlds together. He has all the power to make all the decisions. He can give you so much power, but even though he can see everything, he can change everything, time and time again, he decides to screw over the Quincy's. So he's like, that's fucked up. I don't like that. I'm going to go ahead and make my own world. I'm going to kill the Soul King, and I'm going to remake the world. I like it. I like it. It's great to understand, like, why would you want to live in a world where the all-powerful being, no matter how many choices he has and how much power he has, he consistently chooses to do genocide on your people. It didn't hit me until the last episode that they removed the blindfolded Soul King servants. Yeah. They didn't kill any of those people. Those people didn't exist. Those two fodder guys that were standing next to the Soul King, they weren't there. Hey, I have a question in the manga after Byakuya's fight with Aznat. Byakuya's left hand is not here, and the same in the anime. So how did Byakuya grow his hand back? Dude, Byakuya is MIA, man. If you guys notice episode 28, Byakuya was standing in the background of Rukia and Renji talking, and then Rukia and Renji go to the lab. Byakuya's gone. Nobody knows where Byakuya is. He just disappears. And then he randomly appears in the lab, and nobody knows anything. Like, how did he get there? He's not there when everybody shows up outside. So Byakuya just teleports around. He teleports around, regrows hands, does whatever he wants. I'm ready. Let's go for the Aizen frames. Let's go. Oh, yeah, it's going to be good. So we get this. Mimihagi-sama, please save this channel. Please do something. Is that all we get? When I was 3 years of age, I contracted serious lung disease. This is white hair that's affected my lungs. I think there are a few of you here that know where this fact I was supposed to die from my illness at this time. Mimihagi-sama, just the name. It's a mythical god delivering from folklore, told around the outskirts of the eastern Rukongai. It's a grotesque. I mean, why does he got to slant Mimihagi-sama? Why does he got to slant? How did you get the merch from Club Outside? You got to sign up for another website that gives you a Japanese address. So you cannot join Club Outside without a Japanese address and a telephone number. So there are services that will offer you both of those things, kind of like a shipping service. You got to find one of those. Just the name. It's a mythical god deriving from folklore told around the outskirts, grotesque throughout the reverse bone of District 76, Eastern Rukongai. It is said to bestow divine protection upon those who sacrifice everything to it, but the one eye it already possesses. Legend says that it descended from the sky many eons ago, and it was worshipped as the right arm of the Soul King. Do you think Jushiro will get more scenes and or the rail? We'll talk through him next episode. So, Rez, first of all, welcome. I have seen the next episode already. So I do know that answer. I don't know if you want me to spoil it for you, but I do know that answer. Unless you're talking about the next episode. I've heard a rumor that anime is going to make it more apparent that Yuha couldn't see Mimihagi. Yeah, sure. Okay, I won't, Rez. I won't. My parents were very superstitious folk, and as the doctors, one by one, labeled me a lost cause, my parents immediately carried me to the shrine of Mimihagi. So, very interesting to know a lot of the stuff where he is discussing this stuff, it is shown in the anime. It is shown. Instead of this being a discussion that is happening inside of the research facility, it is shown. We see what is happening. So we see this, and we see exactly all this happening. We don't get the exposition nearly as much we see it. Captain, stay calm. My lungs are being consumed by the power of Mimihagi-sama. That power is a ceremony or ritual that will eventually spread and consume all my internal organs. It's known as the Kamikake. All my internal organs are now the possession of Mimihagi. I'll sacrifice all my organs to become the vessel of Mimihagi-sama. I am now no more or nor less than the right arm of the Spirit King himself. I was guessing a crazy exchange they may make her out. I'm so excited. Tomorrow's episode is going to be very, very good. Very, very lore heavy, Rez. Why people? So people are complaining about Aizen. This isn't a spoiler because it happens in the manga, so I hope you guys have all seen the manga. There's Aizen scenes next episode, and there is a frame of Aizen where people think he doesn't look good. They think he looks kind of silly. He looks goofy. I think it was fine. Once you see him in motion, it's great. You're not even going to notice it. But the still that they had released, it looks like it was a leaked still, I believe. People were freaking out. I was saying that it looks so horrible and Aizen looks so bad. I'm now no more nor less than the right arm of the Spirit King himself. Did you intend for this to happen to start from the start? He prepared Kamikake. Yes, from the moment I knew the reason I survived, I always suspected a day like this may arrive. I've served kind of fucked up. Kind of fucked up that it's like this poor kid. His parents sacrifice him, right? Well, not sacrifice him. Well, in a way, sacrifice all of his organs. But he was going to die as a kid. Ukitake was going to die as a kid. His parents bring him to the shrine like, please just save him. Just take his organs, save him. Please. They save him. Then he has to live his whole life. And he's like coming to this understanding that there will come a time where I will have to sacrifice myself to save the Soul King. And I guess he's okay with that because, hey, he's lived a long life, longer than what he was supposed to do. So Ukitake's chilling. He's fine. He's good to go. Lots of screaming, odds rumbling for it to reach all the way down here. For Sarate, it's nearing the end of the end. You can hear it right. Those who are innocent only come this far. We cannot advance further into hard darkness. You can hear my voice from here. Answer me. Dang. Aizen Sosuke. Dang. Okay, so we do get this. It says, what's the point of making him alive again? Just suffer his whole life? Well, I mean, I guess you could argue, right? The point of making him alive again is that he gets to live a life, right? He would have died as a kid. He just would have died as a kid. So he got to live a long life. He got to meet many friends. Who knows how long, like year-wise, Ukitake was alive? Do we know? I love the purple hue around Aizen. Purple is a great color for Aizen. Love purple with Aizen. So what happened to all the other people who would come to the shrine when nothing happened to them since Mimihagi is with Ukitake? Well, maybe Mimihagi is still living in the shrine and him sacrificing his, innards, his organs, he becomes a vessel, right? Like now he can be taken over by Mimihagi. Like now he can fully do it. There's a heavy continuing theme of sacrifice revolving the royal family. Yes, there is. Yes, there is, Raz. Very true. Honestly, their way of preserving the establishment is unjust, sympathizing with Yuha. I know. And that's why I think in the anime, they made Yuha's ideals much more clear. And they made it clear, like, hey, here's what's going on. Like, here's why Yuha's doing what he's doing. And you can see where it's like, yeah, they fucked the Soul King over. Like, the Soul King gets roasted constantly. And who else does? The Quincy's. And the Quincy's get roasted throughout history, man. Over and over and over. So, let's see. Let's continue on here. Love this image, by the way. Love it. Beautiful. Oh, let's go. What game? Oh, Bleach Brave Souls. Let's go. They're advertising. Look at this. This is old school Bleach Brave Souls. Some characters only have 3 buttons. We love that. That's still in the game to this day. 3 characters. Classic. Ukitake hanging in tight. Beautiful. Some more screaming. Kamikake is set in motion. There's not nearly as much screaming that happens. I'll tell you that right now. Dang. It almost looks like one of those hands that's stretchy. And it goes like... Does Shunsui have a moment to mourn Ukitake or at least acknowledge or sense what's happened to his friend? Yes, he does not. So, excuse me. No to the mourning part. Yes to he acknowledges what is going on. How is Ukitake's VA in this episode? Great. Fantastic. Really good. They did a phenomenal job making Yuha's aspirations, motivations, etc. more clear. Oh, yeah, for sure. The quaking has stopped. What is the meaning of this? So it's interesting that he's still hanging out surrounded by these threads. Coming from an anime-only viewer and haven't seen much from the manga, it's actually pretty good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's really good. Great adaptation. And it's interesting that the manga and the anime are so different now where you can almost have 2 different versions of the same story, There's so much stuff in the flow that's turned. I was going to talk about the Quincy's. Yeah, like how's it valid to eliminate them? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. What the hell? I like that he just says, what the hell? Like, he's like, what is the meaning of this? What the hell? I'm curious to see the CG animation of the hand reaching for the powers from the screenshot. Looked amazing. It looks really good. Really good. I'm a really big CG hater. I'll say it here. I'll say it loud. I'll say it proud. I hate CG. The way it's been used in anime historically is I hate it. I think they're doing an incredible job with the CG in the Bleach Thousand-Year Blood War, and they continue that in this episode. Really good. Love this shot as well. Is this manga reader? Is there a website called Manga Reader? Or are we reading the manga? We're reading the manga. I don't know if there's a website called Manga Reader. It's not that site if it is. Love it. Is that how it is? I think this could escape my eyes. You bastard. You the Soul King yourself. Answer me. Why is the right arm of the Soul King himself meddling in this affair? Is this out of your attachment for the Soul Society you have protected? Answer me, Soul King. Captain, that's so sad. This is the boy. CG in the background. Does Mimihagi smile to Yuha with his eye in the anime? Does Mimihagi smile? Oh, kind of like right there. You do be looking pretty smug. It's Manga Dex. In the anime, Okay. This is going to be a minor spoiler for tomorrow's episode, you guys. We don't get any of this right here. This discussion right here, we see Yuha for maybe 30 seconds. 30 seconds in tomorrow's episode. From what I remember, we don't get any of this. We do get this acknowledgement right here. A brief little wondering from Yuha of like, how am I not able to see this? That happens. He's like, I don't understand. I don't get why I couldn't see this. You know, he's shocked. But while this is happening, the threads have already happened in the anime. Just keep that in mind. Something completely different is happening. So there's a lot to look forward to tomorrow. Even the 30 seconds we get is incredible. I do not think that Ukitake is to become a complete substitute for the Soul King. I hope the whole Mimihagi stuff is extended and not undone immediately next episode. I couldn't say. I haven't seen it. So who I don't know. I really don't know. We'll have to wait and see what it looks like. The stability comes at the cost of consuming the rest of Ukitake's life force, does it? How much time left until then, I do not know. It's the first time I've ever heard of witness Kamikake. I wouldn't have the slightest idea. We do get a brief mention from Urahara that he doesn't know what Kamikake is. He's like, yeah, I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. I think he said he has kind of heard of Kamikake, but that's it. Then we go right here. Who is Yuha to the Soul King? He's the son, man. He's the son. That's his papa. That's his poppy. Love this part, by the way. Love this part. So, in this one, it was a bit strange that Yuha did actually not know how he could not see parts of the Soul King. Yeah, sorry, I read that like I was first time reading English in my life. Yes, it is a bit weird, but it's cool. What's up, Yes Do? So, in the anime, we cut to kind of this part right here, and the last part, they combine those. So this all happens. Can you recognize the OST? I can't. This all happens as one combined scene, the one that we previously saw a couple chapters back, and then this one. He does take a moment to basically nod to Ukitake, and he's like, "Hey, like he knows what's happening." He's like, "Don't push yourself too hard," you know. That happens, so he is aware of what is happening to his friend while he's in here, which I like. I think is incredible. It's likely that he didn't see Mimihagi because of the power of stillness he possesses. True. Which comes into play later, right? Very true. Will Ichibei still be relevant in the anime? Probably not. I can't see them adding any new scenes that will make Ichibei relevant in the anime. I would assume Ichibei at this point is still going to be written off like he was in the manga. I don't think we'll see him again until potentially the end. I would say we probably will not see Ichibei until the end. Since Yuha gets the power of all with whom he has shared the power with, does that mean he can use the shrifts of all the fallen Quincy's? Well, I mean, supposedly, right, all the powers return back to Yuha, and then he gets them all, right? I might be reading into this, but last episode, Jushiro says to Kenpachi he can't die yet. Will that lead somewhere? Well, there's the discussion with last episode with Bleach Thousand-Year Blood War, is that they that scene with Ukitake healing Kenpachi, and he's going, don't die yet, not yet, I need more time, you know, something like that, right? There's the theory that he was talking to the Soul King and not to Kenpachi. What are your thoughts on if they decide to make an anime about Ichigo's son? Well, so I wouldn't want a Boruto. If that's the question, I don't want a Boruto of Bleach. I don't want it. I would love the Bleach Hell arc being adapted, but I don't want, because the problem that you run into, which I knew this was going to be the problem the moment Boruto started, you can't have a continuation series with people so powerful like Ichigo, right? And in Boruto's perspective, that's Naruto and Sasuke. Boruto has been the slow degradation of Naruto and Sasuke's powers to make them weaker so that there can be an actual threat, right? Ichigo is so strong. Orihime is so strong. Characters in Bleach are incredibly strong where it's like you have to immediately remove some of them for there to be any sort of challenges, or they have to lose in like some embarrassing way. Don't want it, not interested. I will take more Ichigo content like we will get with the Hell arc, but after that, no thanks. Give me Burn the Witch. Burn the Witch is a great swap to a different spot. It's funny how the fight's happening in the palace, but you won't see Ichibei there. Yeah, it's really weird. Really, really weird that Ichibei never comes back. I was hoping Aizen would make fun of Ukitake to Shunsui because he's so mean. No, none of that happened. I completely agree with you, Boruto, and that's why I'm a little worried. Well, the Hell arc will be different. Trust me, the Hell arc will be different because Ichigo is still like actively there, and it's not, you know, Ichigo's kid being the main character. I thought you're possibly hinting at Kenpachi possibly being a piece of of the Soul King secretly? I don't think so. That would be crazy if you just called that right now, Rez, but I don't think so. All right, let's continue on. Not a word in reply. You were one of those who advocated to not converse via Reiatsu. Or do you mean to tell me that someone such yourself is incapable of such a thing in this place? These are kings that will release your seals. I've been given permission to use 3 of them. Ukitake was in the lab at the end of episode 28, so Kenpachi must be there or close if he was just healing him in the same episode. Well, we don't know, Russ. We don't know. Because the way that they're changing the flow of the story, there should have already have been an entrance of Kenpachi in the anime, and there should have already been a scene of Kenpachi saying that he wants to go search for Yachiru, and they tell him no. It's all different now. It's all different. That had already happened in the manga. Do you think they will connect Burn the Witch with the OG Bleach series? I think they will eventually. I don't think they will do anytime soon, but I think they will eventually. Well, they kind of already did with Soul Society West or whatever it is, right? They gave a nice little hint. I don't think they will hard connect it. Do you think Ichigo with Horn of Salvation would have defeated Yuha in the last episode? Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I would say so. It depends what kind of BS that Yuha's going to pull out, I guess. The enemies in Boruto are just strong. I mean, yeah, that is an argument as well. The enemies in Boruto are super strong. They're like aliens from another planet, right? That is an argument, but still, it's tough. Isn't it kind of weird Shunsui brought all the keys rather than just the 3 he was allowed to use? Yeah. Well, there's a logic to that, right? And we'll get to it coming up here. Let's continue on. First, I'll release a seal for the mouth. What's going on? The semi-formed gate is dematerializing. Not enough Reiatsu for Captain Ukitake to have been able to support his sickly body to continue his work. Meant that he possessed vast quantities of Reiatsu. Now that the Captain Ukitake is out, we don't have at this rate. Oh, let's go. Lisa's coming in. What do you mean at this rate? There's no. Okay, and then Meguri shows up. So we don't get any of this. The Sword Reaver that made it out of the mud. I like Kenpachi, the Fang of the Soul King. That'd be cool. Love Lisa. Meguri, I see you're trying to accumulate everyone's Reiatsu to forge the gate. You don't understand. If an immense quantity of Reiatsu is what you need, then why don't you use the Reiatsu amplification machine? All right, beautiful. We love that. Meguri's back in action. Won't happen because of the Almighty. Yeah, it's hard to say what can happen and what won't happen because of the Almighty, right? It's really hard to say. So none of this obviously happens. We haven't seen any of these characters. None of this stuff in the lab happens. Not a single bit of it. I wonder if now Zamato can counter Yuha's Almighty. What do you think about it? Well, I mean, what is the ability to now Zamato? Like, it reflects anything? Does it have to be material? Can it reflect powers? What is the exact textbook description, right? That would be the debate that I would have is what exactly can it end at? This is before the most recent episode. This is all stuff that is happening. So this stuff here is happening simultaneously during the episode that will come out tomorrow, but it is not going to happen because none of these characters have been introduced in the anime. So none of this is relevant. It's all totally going to be different in the anime. I wonder if now Zamato. Oh, I read that already. We haven't seen the visor in a while, and they cut some of Shinji's scenes. I hope they get a chance soon. I think they will circle back to the lab scenes. What I'm envisioning is we're going to finish the scenes that we have right now, and then I think they're going to go back and they're going to redo all of these scenes with all the characters. I think they're going to have a grand scene with everybody coming back, and that's where we're going to get all of this stuff because they haven't even introduced. I mean, the only comment we got was from, I think it was Yodoichi's brother, and they said something in passing about, oh, they can't do the gate yet because they don't have enough Reiatsu. That's it. That's all we got. Theoretically, he'd counter everybody's abilities. Yeah, Yuha is broken, right? How far are we from the Shunsui fight? Because we need some foreshadowing for now. Yeah, we do. I mean, we still got a way, right? It's going to happen this core. Let's see. Well, now with this, you should be able to talk with your mouth instead of using Reiatsu. That said, when a person has had their mouth sealed for 2 whole years, most people are unable to speak anyways. However, you're an exception to the start. I suppose I am. How does he have unsealed only his mouth? So how did he undo the rest of his seals? Aizen's so cool, dude. Aizen is so cool. How could you not love Aizen? What's wrong? There's still 2 keys left for you to use. Are there not? Love it. It's rumored episode 29 will also be about Ukitake. Well, I've seen episode 29. I went to one of the early pre-screenings. And it's 50-50. 50-50. Love this part. Love it. And then he immediately uses it. There. Now all three are in. How does your unsealed left eye and ankle feel? It's a compliment. Thanks, the Almighty. Yeah. The Almighty's good. What's up, Java? Welcome back. Do you want to leave this place? This place is Mukin, a word often used for part. Okay, I got it. I don't recall asking your favor to release me. Would a man who truly did not care about us demand the use of the two remaining keys? Would one come all the way to a man that did not wish to be freed with the very keys that would secure their release embedded in their own body? So this is exactly one for one. What do I think Ukitake's Bankai is? I low-key hope to see its elemental, and we won't ever see it. I think we will see it in the Hell Arc. I think Ukitake's time to use it in Thousand-Year Blood War. If we were going to see it, we would have got it before all of the Mimihagi stuff. Now that it's there, I don't think it's going to happen. Well, looks like you've seen right through me. Indeed, the key to the Mukin is buried in my very heart at this moment. That was the condition which I was allowed to enter Mukin and release 3 of your bindings. I think once Aizen pops up, everyone's going to come in and give him a piece of their mind. Well, some people react to it, some people don't. So I'm interested to see what happens when Aizen finally shows up, which will be the episode after this one. So we'll get tomorrow's episode, and then I think we will get the interaction with Aizen after this. To see if I were to kill you, the gates of Mukin would remain sealed forever, honestly. Wow, the lot at Central 46. Just another quintessential Soul Society thing. Is it really this bad? Well, then let's get to the crux of the issue. Would you please sit him down and carry him outside? Love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I love that it's just like Aizen's like this dumb-ass Central 46. Hate Central 46. And then Shunsui's like, yo, listen, I get it. It's just a quintessential Soul Society thing. It's just that is to the core. Who would win? You or Ichigo? Obviously me. Like Solar Flare, blind him, easy win. Can Uetsu control all Zanpakuto? I don't necessarily know if he can control all Zanpakuto, but he created all of them, so I assume he could use most of them. Cannot wait to see the strongest Hado 90. Oh, dude, that's gonna be so cool. That's gonna be so cool. There's so many cool scenes that are coming up. I cannot wait. Would you please sit him down and carry him outside? Do you not wish to breathe the air of Soul Society after such a long time? How rude. Please allow us to add a restraint before you're seated. Wait, just don't. Love this. Love this, love this, love this. This restraint does not cancel my wrath, so it can only serve to confine it close to me. If you lot touch me, I need not even say what the consequences are. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. This part, so you can see the blood here, right? In the anime, they have it like bounce off of a force field. They go like he blocks it with his Reiatsu. That guard really thought. You got the Chainsaw Man box set? I do. Love this. Love it. And I love that Kiraku's a little bit annoyed. Kiraku looks pissed. He's like, this fucking guard, dude. This guard. Do you think they like took the body of the guard out or they just left it? They're just like, hey, this guy's an idiot. Like, sorry. Like, we'll take you to go see Orihime. Do you think that if I took a seat and went upside, I would lend my power to Soul Society? I've said nothing of you fighting for the Soul Society or anything of that sort. So that I feel that if we are definitely at a point where our inches are about to intersect, you're a truly fascinating man. I like the respect of Aizen and Shunsui. Love it. Love that aspect. I love that a lot of times Aizen too, he likes when people surprise him. You know, a lot of times he's like, this is so fucking obvious. You're going to ask me to help the Soul Society. This is going to be some garbage thing. And Kiraku's like, I never said that. I just feel like our interests are about to intersect and I thought you'd like to come outside. That's all. I'm like, oh, okay, love it. I want to see Uryu being judged by Central 46 in the Thousand-Year Blood War. I mean, he would be judged guilty, dude. If Uryu gets judged by Central 46, he's going to be judged guilty. It's going to happen. There's no other way. Is Aizen's chair the most powerful entity in all of the anime and manga? Oh, yeah, 100%, man. I mean, look how beautiful this chair looks. Look how beautiful. All right? How could you not love this chair? Yeah, I don't think you want to see Uryu get judged. Aizen and Amir having Battle of Intellects next episode. Love it. Chair-sama, the GOAT, the best character in all of Bleach. We love to see all of that. So like I said, do you not wish to breathe the fresh air once again? You mean the air of the very same Soul Society that just got thrashed by Yuha, the Dark Arm. All right, so note, boys. The chapter is called The Dark Arm. This is where it ends. Right here. Definitively, I'll tell you right now, the anime ends right here. Boom. This is it. This is the last sentence of the episode that you'll see. Now, they didn't show us any sort of after credit scene. They didn't show us any sort of poem at the end. They didn't show us any of the title of the next episode. This is where it ends right here. There's so much different. So much different. If you cut out all of the scenes of the lab that we got, because we're not getting any of them, it's not going to happen aside from some talking about Ukitake. They really adapted, and, not a lot. What's up, Gator Studio? Alpha Gator Studio. Where can I read Bleach? ShonenJump.com has it. Aizen finna come in clutch. Anku's my favorite character. I love Aizen. Can't disrespect Aizen. This is probably going to be the most boring picks in the world, but I really like Aizen and like Urahara. I love I was gonna just trying to think of someone creative, but I love Byakuya. I think Byakuya is the OG GOAT, man. He's so cool. Wait, no poem? They just didn't show us the poem. There's probably a poem. They just did not show us the poem. So the way that they had the setup for the premiere, basically it showed the first episode of part 3, and then there was no opening, no closing, no poems. They did show the ending scene for episode 1. They just like glued it on the end. It just cut through immediately, and just boom, boom. And then they did the same thing for episode 2. They put it all together, and then they did episode 3, and they stopped right at this scene right here. Best character in Bleach, any random Menos Grande. Oh, Menos Grande is fire, dude. Menos Grande. Aizen poem, that'd be sick. That'd be really cool if Aizen poem. What are your theories on episode 30? I hope episode 30, now I truly do hope this, I hope episode 30 is going to be all the lab scenes that we've missed out on. I truly hope that is going to be the case, because we've missed out on so many characters arriving. We missed out on so many character interactions from the lab. So I hope episode 30 now is all the lab stuff. But let's just scroll a little bit forward here. All of this stuff happens as well, right? There's more fighting happening here. Yoruichi's does stuff, immediately tries to help out, just leave his new form as Soul King. There's more talking about why Ichigo's even trying to stop Yuha, right? That is what it is. It happens. So I don't know if we continue with the way that they're doing the flow. We might just continue with Yuha versus Ichigo stuff and end there first. I don't know what way they're going to go. I have no idea. Where do I think Core 3 might end? You think about it, right? Here's what we got to go. Now, spoilers for the manga, obviously. I think from what we know from the opening, all the fights got to start. Askin fight has to start. Kiraku fight has to start and end, because we see what now Zanpakuto is in the opening, right? We see that. Mayuri versus Pernida has to happen. We get a lot of alludement to that in the opening. So I don't know. I don't know where this season could possibly end. I do not know. Thank you, Javo. Thank you. You're always the go, Javo. Aizen's coming next episode. Correct, Kimbo. Correct. So this is where it ends. You can see your boys' beautiful eyes. Oh, Yugen versus Bazz. That's correct. That is correct as well, Toma. So what are we? We're 3 episodes in right now. 3 episodes after tomorrow, we'll be into it. There's a lot. There's a lot. I want to see more Rukia's Banka, TBH. That'd be cool. Love Rukia's Banka. I think it's a sick form. What do you think about having an arc that focuses on the first set of captains? Thanks, Luffy. Thank you. I think most of the information that we will get on the first set of captains will happen in the Hell arc. Now, would we love a version? Let's say we're mid Hell arc, right? We're mid Hell arc. We're watching them go through hell. All these old people are showing up. We immediately go turn back the pendulum round 2, and we go back to the OG Soul Society where we meet all the very first round of the captains. Would we love that? Would we hate that? Does Ichigo destroy the ceiling with his Getsuga in this episode? No. Yushiro debuts soon? Yep. Because I think that'd be sick. Like, let's run it back, dude. Let's run it back again. I'm down. Let's go back to the OG Soul Society. We see how it is in like the feudal era. Let's see them building it up. That'd be crazy. We got to see the old captains. Well, I think isn't hell kind of teased during Unohana Ukitake's conversation? Not really. They kind of just allude that they're going to see each other soon, as in they're both dying. Can't we see how they animate this the way Yuha lift the wand and rank up? Yeah. Do we get to see more Ishin and Ryukin in the score? Don't know. We don't know. It's all going to be up to Kubo. We have no idea what he's going to add. Hopefully we do. Turn Back the Pendulum is my favorite arc. Turn Back the Pendulum was awesome. Was a great arc. So many characters and so many interactions that we got to see just from that one arc. I would love another version of that. Love it. So there's a lot of stuff that's up in the air because we just don't know what way they're going to animate it, right? We have no idea. Can't wait to see the giant Ryatsu pillar. There's so much stuff. So like an example, right? We just continue on here. I'm going to go to the next chapter. Just ignore everything that I'm scrolling past right now. So right, like look how much Ichigo versus Yuha we're still getting right. We're still happening. They're still fighting. And then your boy shows up. Are we going to go straight into that? Because there's already been rumors over and over and over again that we're getting Uryu versus Ichigo extended, right? Like, that is happening. Now, look, the gang rolls up. The whole gang is here now, right? And then Yuha ruins the whole fucking thing. So, it is what it is. But are we going to get all of those scenes and go into the fights before we get any of the lab scenes? I don't think so. So, I think the episode after tomorrow's, which will be episode 30, I think will be the lab scenes. I think they'll catch up on the lab scenes. I think they have to. It'd be too awkwardly timed to go right into all the fights. You think the Yuha versus Ichigo and the Aizen fight at the end will be extended? Oh, 100%. 100%. I think that'll be like the grand finale. I think that will be incredible. I don't know if this is spoilers and you can't answer, but why did Uryu betray Ichigo and the crew? Well, I mean, just think back to Uryu as a character, right? Uryu as a character, we kind of talked about this on one of the podcasts. Uryu as a character has always been this like introverted, I have to deal with it myself. I have to take care of it. I have to avenge the Quincy's, you know, and that is the same logic for Thousand-Year Blood War, right? You think of Uryu, right? It's like, I alone have to be the one that has to stop Yuha. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to stop him. It has to be me. Like, that's it. That's the logic behind that. Do you think we're getting Horn of Salvation Ichigo this or next core? I forgot the timeline of some of the fights. I can't really answer that. I don't know. Is Stark a Quincy? No. I wish Stark was anything, though, because I would love some more Stark in my life. Stark is like one of my favorite characters. I think the design of Stark is incredible. Episode 30 might have the Uryu versus Ichigo stuff since people spoiled the next episode to be the Betrayer title. Okay, there you go. If that's true, Reynos, then that's probably it. That is probably it. So it's not really more of a betrayal, more of him. Yeah, exactly. That would make sense. So maybe they finish all the Yuha stuff. They just full on ride through, which makes sense. They are spending no time on the lab stuff. Zero. Maybe they do some sort of like, I don't know. I have no idea how they're going to fit this. Uryu Holy Form next week, hopefully. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. That is what it sounded like. Man, they are changing so much. When will we get the GOAT Tosho to be involved? Eventually. He'll swing back. Don't worry. Dude, Bleach is the best anime since manga never gets tired. It's so good. And it's so interesting that a manga that has been finished for 10 years now has people doing theories on stuff that's happening in the new anime because we don't know. We don't know what's going to be changed. We have no idea. Oh, here you go. So supposedly this is the title for not this week, but next one. So I think that all but seals it, right? How do you feel about Uryu's villain arc in the anime versus the manga? I always kind of had a little bit of beef with Uryu's villain arc. And I always had a little bit of beef. 90% of my Bleach homies on Discord have the Aizen Welcome to My Soul Society as a profile on Discord. So much Aizen hype for it. They only be, yeah. Well, he gets a little something, right? He gets some goods. I always had a beef with the way that Uryu handles it because Uryu is friends with Ichigo and all of them, right? And I feel like Ichigo and Chad and Orihime being such good friends with Uryu, they have to know Uryu's character. They know what Uryu is like. They know he is a good guy. Uryu, if you guys play Dungeons & Dragons, Uryu is lawful good. So you just know that he's always working for the good side. It's always going to happen. That's going to be the case. We're never going to get anything else aside from that from Uryu. So, like, I just don't buy into this belief that, like, Ichigo's like, oh, my God, Uryu betrayed me, you know? It's like, that. Come on, man. Come on. Like, as his friend, come on. Like, that's crazy. Oh, okay, you guys just saw my markers. All right. Crazy to even believe that. Absolutely crazy. Uryu would never do that. Would never. Dude, he only lost to Aizen. I just don't get how his master plan boiled down to I'm going to bomb the Soul Palace. Sometimes that's all it comes down to. That's all you need. What's your master plan? I'm going to bomb the Soul Palace. Fuck it. I'm going to do it. So do you think Uryu would wipe the entirety of the Quincy to save the world? Oh, yeah. I think so. Do you think the anime will include moments from the light novel? Like a small scene where Kaze Shini snitches his body together, or at least explains it. Watashi Soul Society Absolute. Office reveal. This is not an office. It is my room. It's pretty boring. There's a couch over there. There's a water cooler right there, which is the best investment I've ever bought, by the way. I have a water cooler like you have in the office, but it also has a spot for K-cups. incredible purchase. I think the anime has already shown that it is taking moments from the light novel, right? We've already seen that with stuff like Shinji's Bankai. Like, that's already happened. It's really up in the air for what we're going to see. There, in the anime, you know, they made a big deal about this scene where Shuhei was training for his Bankai, right? And even, can't remember his name, Kensei. Even Kensei comments on it, right? When they find out that he lost. Like, dude, come on. Like, you trained for your Bankai. Like, come on. So we could. What's your favorite moment of Thousand-Year Blood War that's been animated so far, man? Favorite moment so far is still going to be Ichigo versus Yama, and then the episode following that when Ichigo shows up. I still think those two back-to-back are the best episodes of Thousand-Year Blood War that we've gotten. I think they're incredible. I think that is like cinema right there. Even Chad told Ichigo that there must be a logical reason why Uryu joined the Quincy. Yeah, it's just impossible to believe that Uryu joins the Quincy's for not a good reason, you know? And it's like, I don't get Ichigo being upset over it. You know that there's a good reason he did it. You know he's on the good side. He's proved time and time again. I don't remember, was Kensei in Camp Fear and World for Shuei's Bankai? I don't believe so. I don't believe he was there for it in the end, in the final fight against Tokonada. I don't think so. Do you think Mimihagi is a Quincy? I mean, you could argue that potentially he could be Quincy, but he also, like, part of what Yuha was mad about, right? It's like, why are you helping the Soul Reapers? You know, like, what's your fucking problem? Because once again, the Soul King is a part of the Soul King is helping the Soul Reapers, right? So Yuha's pissed again. He's pissed. Shuhei's fighting style with Ikaku and Yumi Chika foreshadows his Bankai. True. I still think Kafiro is not canon. Well, I think you could argue now, right? I think there's a big argument to be made now that we've seen Shinji's Bankai in the anime. It is now officially not canon, right? I think that's a very big reason to argue, because in the book, the first time Shinji uses his Bankai is in Camp Fear World, and there's a big explanation. What's up, Mondo? And there's a big explanation for that, you know, Shinji using it then, where he's like, my Bankai is such a huge radius, I couldn't use it. Couldn't use it in the Soul Study. Just could not do it. It's never been like officially like, hey, Camp Fear was 100% canon because it was written by someone else. But Kubo did help with the story and gave information to the author. So it's kind of in a gray area. It was always kind of assumed that Camp Fear was canon. It's never been slammed down like, yes, this is canon. Like Kubo's come out and be like, yes, Camp Fear World is 100% true. That has never happened. So there's a lot of arguments on it, but I think the fact that they're stripping away a lot of the stuff from Camp Fear World really sucks. I think that sucks. Chad and Orihime could solo Yuha, but couldn't do the plot. Chad himself could solo Yuha. In Camp Fear World, we know how the Soul King became a glorified paperweight. Do you think the anime will keep or change what happened to the Soul King? The full rings are likely all part of Quincy in a way that originated from the Soul King and their humans. I think SFWY. I don't think any of the novels are technically canon. I would like them to be. I think the novels are incredible. I think the novels are really cool. I would like them to be, but I think they're stripping so much stuff from the novels and just taking the best parts. I always thought Shinji's Bankai was so special in what it does. Shinji's Bankai was really cool. They handled it in a really cool way. How do I think Dangai Ichigo will do against base Yuha? Dude, that's always the conversation. It's like, which one's better, Dangai Ichigo or... I think Dangai Ichigo would probably take base Yuha before the Almighty. I think that's probably about... I think that's where he'd reach. I think it's hard for it to go anything past the Almighty. I missed the question I was going to answer. This is spoiler-free discussion only? Not particularly. In the current state of Uryu, I wonder if Soken and Ishida have connection with Mimihagi. Don't know. How do I think Kyoko Sugetsu will react or counter the Almighty? Well, I mean, we kind of know. We kind of know that. Yeah, we kind of know some of that stuff. Shinji just got owned by Kubo in Thousand-Year Blood War. I love how Masha is chilling, hiding, watching your captain and Code Lieutenant get washed. Yeah. Is episode 4 going to be broadcasted before Saturdays, like previous episodes? It's going to be broadcast before Saturdays, like previous episode. I don't think so. I don't know. I've always watched them on Saturday, so I don't know if there's some secret release that happens before Saturday. I don't know. What do you think is Aizen's Bankai? I do not want to see Aizen's Bankai. I'm firmly in the camp that I don't want to see it. Not interested in seeing Aizen's Bankai. I don't want to know Aizen's Bankai. I don't want to hear anything about Aizen's Bankai. I don't want to know Aizen's backstory. Not interested in it. I think Aizen is this really cool. I think Aizen is like the fucking Han Solo of Bleach. He is such a cool character. He has such cool feats. He's just got this personality to him that, like, he's cool, man. He's really cool. I am not interested in knowing what it is. I don't want to know. Now, I will take, right, 10 years down the line, the Ultimate Bleach data book comes out. In that data book, he writes what Aizen's Bankai is. I don't ever want to see it. I don't want to know. If he's just like, hey, this is what Aizen's Bankai was like before. Like back in the OG Society, this was it. I'm like, cool. Done. Love it. Love it. Totally down. Some light novel info is very much canon, like Soya Azashiro being the 8th Kenpachi. Okay, that's true. That's a good point, Blade. That's true. Very true. You see the way Soul King's name all the way back? Yes, I did see that, which is crazy. Favorite volume in Campfire World is the last one. Love the last one. I do like the first one with the introduction when they put Aizen back in the Mukin. I think that interaction is really good. I do need to know if he has one, but I'm okay not seeing it. Okay. I like that. I'd be down for that. If we're okay, we're just like, hey, he has one. All right. What if we like that explanation? Kubo comes out. Aizen did have one. He doesn't have it anymore because he gave it up and he fused with Hogyoku. But now he can use like his Shikai abilities just freely. I'm like, wait, cool. Love it. Done. Down. Let's get it. Let's get it. In that case, I hope they reveal what Soifan was up to in the Soul Palace. Are we going to get a pre-screening for episode 4 tomorrow? Isn't there even an event tomorrow? Not that I know of, Shifty K. I think you're thinking of a pre-release for tomorrow's episode that already happened on Tuesday in New York. You might be thinking about the panel for Bleach Thousand-Year Blood War as well. They said they're just going to show some scenes, some previews. So there's going to be some previews in that panel, but I don't think they're seeing the full episode. They can't really show the full episode of anything at a panel like that, especially something as big as Bleach, because people leak them. People will record them. Obviously, Aizen has a Bankai, but I can see why it'd be hard to display. Well, the argument and like the fun theory with Aizen's Bankai, right, is that what if he just used his Shikai to convince the captains that he had a Bankai? Because, right, wasn't part of the argument when Aizen originally betrayed everybody is that they thought his power was like mist. That's what they thought it was, and he reflects stuff off the mist. What do I think Chad's going to do in this arc? Well, he has a moment in tomorrow's episode. I won't spoil exactly what that moment is in case you guys haven't seen it, but I hope something. I hope Chad does something. I love Chad. I think Chad needs some sort of a goodness. Good morning to you as well, by off the splat. Good morning. Chad beats the fuck out of Almighty Yuha. Oh, yeah, of course. They thought his Shikai was Shinji's Bankai. Chad says hello to the camera. That's the moment. Yeah, Chad is about to get domed by Almighty. He turns to the camera. He gives a classic, uh-oh, and then just gets blasted. Like, that's it. That's Chad's moment. He had a good run. It is what it is. So it's hard. I like the theory, but I can't imagine someone like Aizen, who's all about surpassing limits, wouldn't have learned Bankai. Well, Aizen is somebody who wouldn't have revealed his Bankai, so I think he definitely would have had a Bankai, right? He would have had a Bankai, because part of the reason why he went to the bad guy is that, or to the bad side, is that he wanted to transcend. He wanted to go past the powers of a Soul Reaper. So you would assume and imply that he already had all the powers of a Soul Reaper, and he wants to go further. People want Chad to do something, but against who realistically? Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to think of a time where Chad can have a moment. He needs to do something against Uryu. He needs to do something against, I don't know. A Yuha. He's got to do something against Yuha. Chad uses arms to thank Snap Yuha's next episode. Yeah. To Thanos snap Yuha next episode, of course. That's true, but Aizen always wanted reaching the pinnacle of a Shinigami and the pinnacle of a being. I mean, if Aizen has said that he reached the pinnacle of powers of Shinigami, then he most likely does have Bankai. I agree. Ikaku's role in this core? Nothing, dude. Nothing. Ikaku is going to get zero love. Ikaku gets nothing, man. I want Ikaku seen so badly. So badly. He had the worst start of any Soul Reaper. Firstly, he lost to Ichigo. Ichigo rolled up to the fucking Soul Society, destroyed Ikaku. All right? Secondly, he fights against Eburn, all right? One of the fractiones of Grimjo. He could realistically, he barely wins. He comes out better, like a smidge better than a fucking draw. So he barely wins, damages his Bankai forever. Broken. Damaged forever. Will never be as strong as it was. Does he ever get it back? Does he ever get it fixed? No. He doesn't. Ikaku is one of the coolest looking Bankai. Oh, yeah. I mean, Ikaku back in the day, watching that, man. Hey, as a youngin', loved Ikaku's Bankai. Loved it. Aizen's Bankai is just ending the manga and saying it was all a dream. True. Actually true. What do you think we're going to see from Hyosu, given how they said in the interview to look out for him? I don't know. I think the stuff with Ichibei and in the interview where they're like, hey, characters look out for Ichibei. I think that stuff was just alluding to the very beginning. I don't think we're going to get Ichibei much at all after this. Unless he's doing some more narration, I don't think we're going to see much of Ichibei at all. And I think he already wrote himself off with his powers are not going to come back. And then he was doing something else. I would take it all if we get Ikaku Bankai again somehow in the new animation. We might get Ikaku Bankai against like the black stuff that comes raining down from the Soul Palace. It's true that they said in the interview a lot of this core is related to no breaths. Well, I mean, technically, right, that is true that all the stuff in Thousand-Year Blood War is related to no breaths from hell because it's the arc prior, right? So just isn't that just by default, like, it's related? The way Ikaku shot at Bankai was gas. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the voice actor went crazy, man. Bankai, Ikaku's a cool character. Hyosubi? Oh. My bad. What's the highlight of the new episode for you? I talked about this in the podcast. The newest episode, there's a scene, a brand new scene with Ukitake, where we see a lot of his backstory with Kiraku and stuff like that. There's a scene with Kiraku, Ukitake, and Retsu. That's my favorite scene. Specifically, the stuff, that whole little part. I think Ikaku will fight the Lilabaros along with Kira, or the little birds along with Kira. Aizen Bankai is Kyoko Sugetsu. His Shikai is Kyoka. Every Shikai has one name. I don't know if I agree with that. But I see what you're cooking, David. I see what you're cooking. I think Ikaku is going to go through the same training as Renji to lock his true Bankai. I don't think so. I don't think they'll. I don't think they will give my boy Ikaku that much justice. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to leave Ikaku in the gutter. I don't think we're going to know anything past that. What if Aizen's Bankai was the friends we made along the way? Definitely. I mean, listen, Ikaku only lost to Ichigo because he wanted a friend, right? That's all he wanted. He wanted a friend. So you ain't wrong. You could be completely telling the truth. I don't know. I want some justice for Ikaku. That's what I want. I want it now. Give it to me, Kubo. Let's see some Ikaku stuff. Are you ready for Shunsui's long-ass ability name? Dude, I've seen like TikToks of people saying the name. I'm like, that's incredible. That's incredible. I would never be able to do that, but yes, I'm ready for it. Let's hear it. Shunsui, throw it out. Let's get it. I mean, even Senjumaru's Bankai was a super long name. Incredibly long. Then even after that, we had Yoruichi's name reveal of her threads, which was also long. So it's just a never-ending drought of really long names. It happens. It is what it is. But we're fine. We're happy with that. The name has whole ass sentence onto it. I know. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Ugh. All right, everybody. This is the end of the next episode right here. This is where it ends. Bada bing, bada boom. I promise you, we have seen the episode for tomorrow. It is incredible. There's a lot of really fun stuff to watch and look forward to. That being said, we'll be live again tomorrow on our Twitch. So make sure you guys are following us on our Twitch. The link is in the description and in the bio. Follow us on Twitch. Make sure you're live. We'll watch it live tomorrow evening together. We could talk about it. I could tell you some stuff about the premiere from that episode as well. So make sure you guys are following us on Twitch, because with that, we're going to call the stream an end right now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Appreciate all you guys hanging with me and reading the manga. So which season did you go to achieve for Salvation? It would be either the very end of the season or Core 4. Probably Core 4. I got nothing else to say. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you guys tomorrow for the new episode. I hope you guys enjoy. It'll be coming out tomorrow morning. So I hope you guys really, really like the episode. Feel free to tweet at me at the Weebskill what your favorite part is. I will see you guys later. And of course, if you're not already, please make sure you guys are subscribed and following. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Have a great Friday. I'm going to slowly turn everything off while I'm waving now. Watch this. You already